Yo, yo. Check, check. Check, 1 2 1 2. How we doing? Y'all hear me? All right, good. Doing good, doing good. That's good to hear. I'm just, you know the drill. I'm just trying to get this stream shared out. Oh, wait. 1 second. I forgot to... where is it? Where is it? There it is. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. That's important. Pineapple with the live. Let's go. Hold on. Hold on. It's funny because I'm literally in the middle of trying to share this so that we can try to get some more folks up in here. There it is. Right. Link. Got it. Let's go. House top back on the mods. Appreciate it, dude. House basically just stepped up, was like, yo, let me mod. And I was like, all right, bet. And we got Chris up in here. All right, hold on. I shared it on Instagram story. Let me at least put it on Twitter. And then we should be gooch. While you guys are waiting, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you are sharing out to let the folks know that we are gonna be talking tonight. This is the final Daima post show. All right, so this is the last. Well, this is not gonna be the final time we're gonna be talking about this. I'm sure this is gonna what has happened has had lasting repercussions, I'm sure. So, and we're gonna get into all of that in just a moment. I don't understand why this is shit right now. Here we go. All right, Twitter post it is. Okay, if you guys are on Twitter, make sure you're liking and retweeting that as well. I'm just gonna retweet it from the podcast channel. Yo, Neo, welcome in, welcome in. Bruh. Oh, wait. Shit. I'm like, oh, I hate scrambling. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Nah, we're good. All right. Bringing us in. I'm bringing us in right now. What's up, everybody? We're back. We are here. for your final Dragon Ball Daima post show. It is your boy Ooch. I'm here. All right. Of course, I'm here with my lethal Iceman brother Ooch. Let me give you the applause. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, everybody. So this is a pretty interesting episode, to say the very least. I definitely wanted to bring you guys an episode that would probably be way more hyped and filled with, man, I can't wait for whatever comes next and this and that and the third. But
Bro, Junior?
unfortunately, it's lit. What's going on, Junior? Unfortunately, it didn't really turn out that way, but that's why we're here. We're here to talk about it and to see what's been going on over the last couple days. I guess that's one of the perks of doing this show on a Sunday, a few days after Daima's episode release, is it gives people time to really let what happened sink in, to see how everyone really feels. Because I feel like whenever you rate something, you always have like a recency bias, because you're coming out of it fresh, right? But then after you like sit on it for a few nights and think about it, let it like, you know, kind of marinate, and then you reevaluate your thoughts and really feel like if it was as good or as bad as, you know, you might have felt, right? That's what we're here for, you know. That's what we're here to pretty much, you know, kind of talk to you guys about in full, in all the detail. And obviously, before we completely go into it, obviously you see all this product, all right, in front of us. You see the poggers, okay, which, by the way, it has water in it right now. So if you want to have some, because I brought down the hydration right here. Where? Oh wait, it's right there.
Right
there it
there.
is. Bop. I'm gonna make myself a mix on stream, so you guys can see how it's done live. This is the mango hydration. Okay, link in the description below, guys. If you want a good alternative, if you are trying to stay hydrated or provide yourself with more energy, or if you're trying to help your sleep out, poggers is what you want to get into. Okay, link in the description. And the crazy part is they reached out to me, so they're like, hey, we like what you're doing. You would be a great fit for us and all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, definitely. So, and I've been on a health kick. I know you try to be on your health kick, but this motherfucker, he lucky. He just be eating chips and has a physique like a fucking god or some shit. I don't know what can happen to my genetics, right? I don't know. But either way, they got no sugar, no caffeine, and no artificial colors. So, all right, so shout out to Poggers. That's the plug. Obviously, aside from that, we also have the Patreon. So if you guys are trying to be a thriving Ozaru, and you know what, I should start doing this. We need to do the shout outs at the end of these as well, especially if, you know, this is kind of the direction going forward, but we'll get more into that. So yes, so Joey already getting ahead of the curve, so that's why he is, of course. Oh, the shit didn't work. Let me see if that's something I can fix on my end real fast. But anyways, guys, while I do that, because I can talk and do things at the same time, throw out your thoughts, immediate thoughts. I mean, you want to start? You want to tell us like how you feel after the last couple days?
Nothingness.
Nothingness?
Nah, I don't feel nothing, man.
Damn.
I mean, the only thing I did after we recorded, you know, I already swiped through Twitter. It's pretty dry.
Yeah.
You know, people loaded up with you know, the emotional tweets and all that bullshit in regards to the final episode. Some people in there are still saying it was good, which had me like, yeah, no, they got to be trolling or some shit. Like, there was some fucking flabbergasting type of comments that I was just scrolling through, and like under Geekdom's tweets and under random people's tweets that, you know, had stuff to say about the final episode and shit. And yeah, I mean, for me personally, I didn't. I mean, you already know. I didn't fuck with the last episode. Like, certain parts, sure. Like the Super Saiyan 4 Kamehameha, yeah. After that, you know, it was dry as shit. No information. Not even close to good. I wouldn't even say the episode was good. I would even, the last episode was probably very subpar. That's what I would say. just because of the one moment, that we got to see from Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Everything else about it was like pretty standard, and then the remaining half of it was just complete troll like information and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, right, Pineapple. He said it's almost like the creator died before finishing.
Wow, too
Like,
soon.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's a rough comment, but yeah.
That is pretty fucking fucked.
Apparently the scripts are already done years in advance, so I don't think that works. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So yes, that's a good those are some good thoughts. I mean,
Said, I do think the plot hole could be fixed. The Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta could be fixed.
which who are you reading so I can highlight it?
Neo.
Oh, wait.
Neo the one. It's below the Patreon.
Oh, I do think right here. Boom.
He doesn't use it against Beerus. Is the stamina drain? I don't know. It's a confusing read.
I will read it. I do think the plot hole could be fixed. The Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta could be fixed by saying the reason he doesn't use it against Beerus is the stamina drain. Yeah, that's something that
We've always known.
we've always said, known. That would probably be the smartest thing to assume what and what not, because
We don't see it from Goku due to that reason. But then it's like, you kind of have to question the stamina drainage at a certain point, because look what they're using now.
yeah,
Like, shouldn't that cost more than, pumping out a Super Saiyan 3, for example? Like, them going Ultra Instinct, we view it as a technique more than a transformation. So, like, how much energy, what's the energy cost for those versus Super Saiyan 3? You would probably expect, Ultra Instinct to cost more. Like, if we're really diving into, like, a cost effect type of analysis, like, you would expect Ultra Instinct, Master Ultra Instinct to cost more from an energy perspective than Super Saiyan 3. Like, them motherfuckers should be able to do that shit in their sleep.
So
Pretty much like regular Super Saiyan.
So basically, what you're saying is that at this point in time, Super Saiyan 3 should not have a stamina drain. Is that what you're saying?
It should not have a stamina drain. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because, they're in their own league at this point. So how is something that was done, especially like, how is something that was done so far in the past still that, how does it cost that much?
I do see what you mean.
You see what I mean? Like,
yeah, I fully see what you mean by, like, it's been such a long time that we first got introduced to Super Saiyan 3, and it's like, if you want to go out on a limb and say, yeah, their stamina drain is still a problem because that's how excessive it is, I can see that being an excuse, but for so long.
Yeah, but for so long. Like,
but for so long.
If you put time as a factor, like, you could smell the bullshit from a mile away, because it's just like,
Yeah.
from where they are now, like, you ain't gonna tell me that shit drains their energy so fast. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, okay. So the thing that they keep going back to the well for is they want to keep saying that the reason why they just don't bother with it is because of the stamina drain. That's the initial, like, that's the bed. But then how they make it is, all right, we're just going to focus on Super Saiyan and maybe 2 at best, and only whip out 3 when they feel like it's absolutely necessary. But then it's like, as the story goes on, they get new forms, they get new avenues of power with God Ki, and obviously now Super Saiyan 4 is officially in the conversation.
yeah.
But like, that's one of just a Dragon Ball issue in and of itself, and it's within the writing, because it's like, are you really gonna go out of your way to write a story to make a Super Saiyan 3 transformation more useful? I think the characters that we know now that exist, that have been seen to use it, maybe for them it's like, yeah, it's like there really is no point. But for characters that are newer to it, that's the opportunity for the story to open up and be like, oh yeah, character like Gotenks, a character like Caulifla, or Kefla, like, look at those newer characters, or younger characters, that if they ever get to that power, make it so that, further generations, it's easier for them to use, and they don't really there's no stamina drain or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's my suggestion.
Yeah.
So hold on. So I saw Chronos say something right here. So right here, some main problems though. Goku's saying Super Saiyan 4 is something he trained for rather than saying Neva did something. So I think the reason why it was worded that way and why Goku didn't even bring up Neva is because in that moment, I don't even know. I don't think anybody knows what happened. Like, and so if think about it, Goku don't know fucking anything as it is. Okay, like he really doesn't. Like he is a combat warrior. People love to meme on his fatherhood, whatever. The jokes are there. But at the end of the day, he's a good man, and he protects people if in need. He defends his friends, and yeah, hold on. I have to. Well, I don't know why I don't show. What the fuck? Anyways, yeah. I don't know why. I gotta turn off this auto mod shit. Anyway, but my bad. So like, he's someone that will always, defend people, especially if they're in need, or like, I'm not trying to make him like a Superman, but like, he's all about his martial arts. He will go out of his way. If he hears about someone is stronger, he will go out of his way to go fight them because he's always trying to excel at that. And that's just it. So it's like, he'll never know. You can't ask him, how did you do it? Because all he'll tell you is, oh, I just trained really hard. And I felt something, and no one's even bringing up the idea of, oh, well, this could connect to Super, because remember how he was explaining to Kale and Caulifla, it's like a tingly feeling in your back, right? That could have been a way to connect it, where he was just like, man, I felt some tingly shit in there, Right. So what's going on? If anyone that's joining in, welcome in. We are of course in the middle of discussing, like, did that finale help or hurt? So ultimately, for that question, do you think that finale hurt the franchise or helped the franchise?
But what? Not talking to Neva about like what the fuck he did with him, pretty much, or the training factor.
When I say finale, I'm talking all of it. I'm not just trying to single out a single moment, because here's the reality.
I would say it I don't know, man. I feel like it kind of fucked it up to a degree, especially with no clarification on Neva's part.
Yeah.
With no conversation there, left us in the dark.
Yeah.
So now it's like we automatically think everything's fucked, because like that's natural.
Yeah.
Because we have no clarification at all.
Right.
To a lot of shit in this story.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I think, for the most part.
So here we go, right here. Chrono said, ultimately making itself another retcon. So I'm highlighting this for a second, because I do want to ask how people feel about this idea, okay? And when I thought of this the other day, it hit me. And it was a bad hit me, okay? Daima is literally the modern day GT, not because of the things that it took from GT, but because of the principle and what it represents. GT came, first of all, people, I think at this point in time, should start giving GT a little bit more respect than what it's had. Because let's face it, there are some things out of GT that obviously are not the greatest, right? But when you try to compare and contrast to modern things and to things that we are seeing on a regular basis, there's so much that GT was taken, like things that were taken out of it that were literally implemented into Daima, which is very telling. But the thing that I want to highlight about GT the most is that is the only series that was at a time official that had the fucking balls to go after Z. Okay? Daima, you can say technically, sure, it follows after Majin Buu, but it doesn't follow after where it actually ends, where with the tournament after the 10-year skip, okay? But GT was something that it was ambitious, and it took a chance, and it did something very unique to itself for the time. And, you know, people, whether how they felt about it or not, at first, people were tired. And they were like, bro, why are you making Goku a kid?
Right.
These are fans back in the day saying this.
I said the same shit.
Okay, but here's my point. All right? Back then, it was very easy to hate on it. Even growing up, you know, like I liked it. I enjoyed it for what we got to see. You know, it was more Dragon Ball. Right now, Daima is essentially your modern day era fans GT, because you know what's crazy, and this is another big realization that I had to like really step back and like see the bigger picture here. Do you realize Dragon Ball Super is a lot of fans' first time watching Dragon Ball?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But
To a degree.
and that's crazy. That's actually crazy, because like when you think of it like that, it's like, wow, like that opens your perspective, because we grew up on Z and, you know, Dragon Ball, but obviously way more centered and focused on Z. So for us, it's like, oh yeah, we're from the 90s. Like we're chilling. Like we came from the best era, free, right? Like, you know, like we came from an era where everything that exists now is because of that, right? So now it's like Super comes out, you get all these new fans, everyone's hype, oh man, Ultra Instinct, all this shit, right? Great, cool, fun. Now Daima comes out. Daima's literally modern day GT for those people. And guess what's happening? People are having conversations about timelines.
Yeah, there was a bunch of that on Twitter too, man.
Okay, so okay, here we go, right here. So the whole universe's explanation is a bigger problem, in my opinion. So all right, let's talk about that. So the universe's explanation, bigger problem. Why? And then are you talking about in universe or like Dragon Ball as a whole, like including heroes and all this other shit? Like, elaborate if you can. But
Can you minimize that real quick?
which one?
The poll.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
see
The
some
poll,
of
the
shit.
polls be getting in the way. I don't know why. Hold on, can I like hide it?
It's normal.
Oh no, close it. Okay, cool. In universe, okay. So here's the thing. Here's my biggest take when it comes to the whole universe explanation. Why even bother if all you're gonna do is basically discredit your own shit? Because why set up things and then not deliver? You know, it's like in Super introduced the idea of a multiverse where it was like universe 1 to 12.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch that we still don't know what happened to them. Why were they exempt? Oh, they were too strong.
Yeah.
Show me.
Show us.
You know? And then there was some that got destroyed. Why? Don't know.
Probably weak. Or like they need to condense.
Yeah, but see, those are things that those are questions that we have no answers for to this day.
Yeah.
Right? So what did Daima do?
I mean, that's literally just fuel for more story down the line. But when are we gonna get that story?
Exactly.
This shit is so big. It could really just be a continuation year on year. Well,
yes.
with breaks.
No.
With breaks.
You would be correct. Let me ding that, because all they have to do is do it, like literally the standard nowadays. Look at every anime that comes out now. I don't see now one. Maybe One Piece is the exception, but even One Piece takes breaks, and it's not
But
done.
it's not hiatus breaks. It's literally.
Now sometimes it's hiatus. Listen. There's plenty of fans out there that are probably still not caught up, me included.
Yeah.
Okay. I know House Top right now. He's still trying to catch up. Okay, and he'll tell you right now. Ask him. So it's like all the animes nowadays, they come and they go, but not like in a bad way. See right there, the world isn't caught up. They come and they go because there's a standard that needs to be met. The quality. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not about quantity anymore. People like, you know how much anime there is nowadays. You know how many fucking, not even just anime, TV. There's so many shows. People will get exhausted if it's like, oh man, it feels like a chore. Like the fact that Daima was 20 episodes, honestly, I was totally okay with. And then like look at another show like Bleach or Solo Leveling or any of the modern stuff that's coming out right now. They have a season, and then it's done. You know why? Because that way the people that they have working on it can produce the same level of fucking heat.
Oh yeah.
You can't get that same quality if your shit is running every week all year round, and the only times you're off is for fucking Christmas.
I mean, but the thing is what I'm trying to get at is Dragon Ball has the upkeep to be able to produce animes at least like 2 quarters of the year. And what I mean by that is like at least half the year.
So wait, hold on.
At least half the year. Then they can take the other half off and then come back next year, nigga. They don't need to drop all this bullshit for a couple episodes here and there, and then fucking come back in 2-3 years.
No. That's true. Listen, I don't look for Dragon Ball. You understand? I don't want them to take 2 to 3 years for a new project to come out. I don't.
Too long.
But I want them to follow the other examples that fans, not just, that fans are expecting. It's like when a popular anime comes out, it's like it would be beautiful. Like the best case scenario is if it's annual, but you know that you're at least getting like 13 or more episodes a year for that specific anime. Sometimes maybe it's not every year, maybe it's every year and a half, but that just depends because like I tried to explain to you, there's only but so many animators and animation studios. You can't just fucking put out job applications and everyone just comes in knowing what the fuck they're doing.
You can. There ain't how many animators you think there are like that are working on shit like this?
There's a lot.
Okay.
No, but like you don't understand. Like there's a lot, but
like how many of the good known animators are working on all these projects, like year on end? Like how many do you think? Number?
Several at least.
100?
Bro, do you know how much anime there is out there?
Yes. This is why I'm asking the question. Because we could just send out job applications.
No.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but hold on. The thing that you're missing is that there's specific studios that are known for specific genres.
Yeah.
So there's like other studios that they can pump out whatever because there's no crazy animations that are required. That's why like the shonen genre is one of those that's very highly like looked at in terms of quality and animation and all this stuff because the amount of detail and finesse that goes into that shit. It's like you got channels like Anime AJ that are literally their content is solely analyzing and breaking down which animator did exactly what's seen during every episode, frame by frame. So if you want in-depth on shit like that, you'll watch. You should actually. I recommend this to anybody who hasn't. Go watch Anime AJ on any. Even he done episodes about Daima right now, and like I haven't watched him in a while, but his shit came up on my feed just the other day, and I left it on, and I was like, yeah, dude, this motherfucker hasn't missed a beat, and I've known about AJ probably since like 2017, but I'm sure he's been around longer than that, and he makes very good detailed videos about all that shit. And it's like shit that I would like there's a level of what our knowledge is for the source material, but when it comes to like the fucking background shit, like animators, the exact shit that they do, all those out of my league. Like, dude, the fact that I memorize Akio Iyoku's name is enough, but they got all these motherfuckers, Nakatsuru and all that shit that are, I respect them fully, but I don't like, yo, this, I'm telling you, you'll be amazed. He'll be like, okay, this scene, this guy. Next scene, this guy. Oh, I reached out and they told me that it was this person, or this person that's low key, that's still trying to find their footing. And then matter of fact, I remember this. He said, this animator is actually someone who used to watch my videos. Now they're working on Dragon Ball. Imagine that. That's fucking godlike right there. Okay, so hold on. I'm trying to read. I highlighted this comment that I wanted to read really quick. So, All Spark Warrior. I gotta pull it up for you. Where is it? Because I think it's right here. This is the one I'm reading right here. So I'm good with some retcons, but until we get an in-universe explanation on why Goku doesn't go Super Saiyan 4 and Super, I won't be able to sleep. And yo, that is so fair to say and to wonder. And if you guys heard the podcast episode that we dropped yesterday, you might have heard I was like a little ranty, right? But granted, it was warranted, because it's like, as a fan, I hate feeling like I'm being like insulted, like my intelligence is being insulted, and it's just like my being, my everything, like the fact that we follow this shit so much, and yet they're gonna set things up and then not really deliver. It's like everybody, like, I can understand and totally be fully okay with people saying whatever they want to say now, within reason.
You know, some people are still rating this shit like a high 9.
But that's the thing. I don't care.
And some people have the audacity to say this is great storytelling. What?
Listen,
like, that's what I was laughing at.
Listen. If you truly are out there, even if you're in the chat right now, if you're watching this back, if you really feel like Dragon Ball Daima was a 9 out of 10 experience, more power to you.
Unbelievable.
But my humblest opinion, as far as ratings go,
is to never rate again.
Stop it. My shit remains the same. I'm still giving this a 7 out of 10. Oh, my bad.
They're probably pumping shit.
Yeah. Like, I really feel like this is a solid 7, because I'm not going to take away any of the moments that actually got us hype and any of the feelings that we were getting while watching. And like, it was a very fun adventure. Every week I was saying, yo, this feels like an RPG. This is so much fun. Like, this is cool. This is different. Like, we're kind of, they're setting things up, and we're kind of seeing how things play out. And there were things that even we predicted that actually came true, but then all the other stuff didn't. Now, the things that I'm more upset about that does actually harm the franchise more than help it is the vagueness. Okay? The one thing that I always want to clarify with anyone that comes across us and listens is just the fact that I feel the way that I feel based on that, and not because, oh, we didn't get a fusion, or Vegeta didn't get Super Saiyan 4. Am I upset about him getting hoed again? Absolutely. But, you know, like, if they gave us at least what we were really looking for, context, explanation. Remember, the one thing we kept saying was, yo, I just hope Neba explains what he did, so we really know. I just hope that they give us a direct response to how this will directly fall in place with what's coming.
There could have just been so much more lore added to give us some juice.
Correct.
To move on with.
Yeah.
But they gave us coup and nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah. So hold on really quick before we go into any other ones. So this is from Joey right here. So he says, personally, I think that Dragon Ball will come back with a plan. I think Super will be the main timeline and everything will somehow get blended in. I want to highlight this one because I have to appreciate Joey and his innocence. Because
yeah, Daima coming back with a plan.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Coming back with a fucking plan. is
Okay.
crazy.
I have to appreciate the innocence because innocence is bliss. I know the phrase is ignorance is bliss, okay? And trust me, Joey, I want to believe too. But being as enveloped in all of this as much as we've been, it's like something's got to give. Okay? Like we basically treat this like if this was a job, our job is to fucking see what material is given, and we just prognosticate, we analyze, we just come up with cool fucking ideas based on what is told. So it's like, and then also we make sense of it all. We're not just, third eye with it, like with our predictions, and most of the time we're right, but that's based on like the storytelling. So it's like, when is enough enough? Like, we all love Akira Toriyama, and this goes without saying. This is all respect. That man changed all of our lives. We wouldn't even be doing this podcast if it wasn't for him, okay?
Mhm.
But there's always a line. There's always a line. Like, there is a time for humor. There is a time for serious, okay? And obviously, he is gag mangaka to his core. But what I don't appreciate is when you're doing the jokes at a time where
There's just not enough time.
it,
Like, for example, we've said this on a few occasions, and I think somebody just said it as well.
shout out to the super chat. We'll get to you in a
Super chat.
second.
Yeah, they said it should have been a 40-minute episode at the least, or some shit like that. And I even said this because they could have had a lot more time to, spice everything up.
Mhm.
That it could have literally gone the exact same way as it was already done, but an extra 15, 20 minutes for the extra lore that we're looking for, instead of the bullshit that they decided to give us at the last half of the episode. Like,
I agree.
like, it could have been that simple, but they just didn't put the extra time into it.
So the other thing that I want to add to Joey's comment right here that I have highlighted in front of you guys, when he said that Dragon Ball will come back with a plan. So here's the thing. Here's the reality. They have dinosaurs, as Geekdom put it. They have dinosaurs in charge over at Toei and
Need to
Shueisha.
fucking revamp that goddamn office.
Yes. Okay. They have dinosaurs. I'm not gonna flame you. Don't worry. I'm not gonna flame you. All I'm doing is I'm going off of that so that way everybody knows. Okay. So the reason why I'm not very confident in them coming back with a plan is because based on how they treat this franchise would prove otherwise. Okay. If this was any other company, they would be handling this shit way better. Okay. Now, the other thing I also want to add is that there's a rumor that there's a movie. There's a rumor. And that rumor is very kind of up in the air. We don't know how legit that's actually going to be. And we don't know if Toriyama had any involvement in even writing that script out. Right? But as far as like, will Super be the main timeline and everything will somehow get blended in? I bring up this movie because if that rumor of the movie is true, and you know how at the end of Daima, they're not even seen going back to fucking Earth.
But that's what I'm saying, man.
So
Bunch of
that could be the Daima film. What happens after the events of Daima and before Beerus type shit. And that could tie everything that we're wanting to hopefully get answered. I just wish that they had more communication and that they were more open with the fans all around the world. But who knows? Maybe they can. There's still hope. You know what? I will give Joey this. There is actually still hope because there's a few interviews that are coming up at the end of this month. So we have to pay attention to those interviews with I think one of the heads of Toei actually is going to be a part of the interview, as well as Masuko Nozawa, the voice actress for Goku. So they might or may not reveal some certain things, but we always have to pay attention to the answers that they give, because sometimes there are, very good clues that we could go off of to, I guess, help us all feel better about what to expect going forward in the future. So, all right, let's see what's next.
Close the poll.
Will there be a Daima movie? Yes. Go ahead and answer that one. Thank you, Joy, for the poll. Oh, you know what? I already saw one that I like right here. Hold on. Where is it? Right here from Accelerator. The fusion bugs should not have been given any teases if there was no intention to use them. It's bad storytelling. And guess what?
Very bad.
You would be correct. I honestly, after I thought about it, I said the same thing to myself. I was like, why the fuck did they even introduce this shit?
Honestly, the only way they could like utilize that in the future is if they're plotting to go back into the demon realm at some point later in the future.
Yeah.
Within the 10-year line, or even after that, after the 10 years, when shit's completely new.
Which we will never know.
And we will never know until that moment happens.
60% of you, by the way, said that you guys believe that there will be a Daimo movie. Okay. 40% did not. I know that there was another poll. Okay, so hold on. So out of the 17 people that voted,
I feel like that shit would be a waste of fucking, like a waste of a movie.
Listen,
they could do so much. They could do so much better.
I don't care,
bro. Like, think about it. All they gotta do, if the movie is literally right after that fight, all they gotta do is take their asses back on that plane and go back to Earth.
But here's the thing. Look, it's Dragon Ball. They're gonna make money.
That is not 1 hour and a half worth of my time.
Listen, you don't have to explain that to me because I know. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't care if they want to make a 45-minute film that costs me $20 admission for a ticket. As long as they connect it and it makes sense, I don't give a shit.
Sure.
I don't care if it's a slice of life. The whole movie, they're sitting in the fucking airship the whole way back to Earth. And then that's where you see Gohan when they land. I don't care if that entire movie is them sitting in that fucking plane just talking the whole time and then explaining everything and Neva's like, oh yeah, this is how it all works. I don't give a shit so long as we get those proper explanations and everything connects and makes sense and whatever, who knows, whatever. But the other thing I wanted to say, poll-wise, is that 58% of you thought that the finale hurt the franchise over the 41% of you that said helped it. That's interesting.
Who thinks it helped?
I'm surprised it's kind of even because yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like what? I'm sure I'm genuinely curious. Like what about Daima's finale helped the franchise? That's I want to hear some of those thoughts. But so the super chat that we got from Max earlier. So shout out to the super chat. Right here. If the last story created by Akira was this confusing, what can we expect from the future? That's a great question and a great point. What we can expect from the future is totally up in the air, and we have no idea because it's on it's on Toyotaro. So, well, no, not even. He is a part of the manga, yes, but look how many years goes by before they decide to do anything with Dragon Ball as a whole. So it's like people, the funny thing is I also noticed that there's a lot of fans that just expect that the next part of the story is just going to be Black Frieza. It's like
I'll be very surprised if we get any new Dragon Ball by the fall.
By the fall?
By the fall of this year. I'll be very surprised because these motherfuckers move at sloth pace.
And that's what I'm saying. and that's literally what I'm saying. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Yeah, give us a simple explanation connecting the series. For all we know, that slight explanation might literally just be in an interview, which I would hate, but it's just like, whatever.
What explanation?
The explanation of all the missing answers to the questions that we still are gonna have until they give us an answer. Like, what did Neba do? Like, verbatim, what did he do to Goku? Like, how does that work? And why what happened between Daima and Super for them to for at least for Goku, because the Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 thing is easy, but like, why did he not ever think to bring that one out, obviously, during the stories and the events of Super?
Right. I mean, honestly, even in the interview, I still wouldn't trust that information until that shit is shown in the actual anime.
And I can understand why.
Because then niggas gonna be like, oh, he said it in the fucking interview. But then another thing could happen in anime and it's completely lopsided or some shit like that. So it just doesn't fucking make sense.
Oh, okay, hold on. Here we go. So, Chris, right here, I'd rather see Daima continue from here than more Super content. I'm gonna ding it. I'm gonna ding that.
That would be such a waste of time.
Well, here's okay.
Such a waste of time.
You know why I ding that?
We'd be moving backwards.
No. Hear me out. What needs to happen is before this idea happens, right? Before they continue with Daima's storyline, what needs to happen is they need to fire everybody in the head positions over at Toei Shueisha. Point blank. They need to let them go. They better start sending all those letters of resignation tomorrow. And say,
that's not happening.
And say, we realize that we have failed this IP and this franchise for several years, and we are a bunch of fucking clowns. Just like how I want Konami to apologize to me about fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! I want that to happen for Dragon Ball. And say, and for these dinosaurs to literally, in writing, say, we realize the damage that we have done to this franchise. So from here on out, effective immediately, we are resigning from our positions. And they bow and they fucking leave. Okay? And then in comes fresh fucking blood. Some new heads. So that we can get this IP rolling. So we can get shit happening. Because in order for Daima story to continue, if we want to believe it to be that way, there's two options. Both would be fine. The first option, give us the answers that we need. Simple. Give us explanations, create a scenario, do whatever you got to do to make it happen. I'm not saying redo Daima. I'm not saying cancel it out. No, because it exists. It's official. The reality is, and none of our chat is like this, thankfully, but the reality is that the canon, let me just say some layman's terms for everyone to understand. The canon is what they are producing. Is obviously Toriyama was heavily involved, but canon is not what you may like or dislike. I may hate Daima, which is not true. I may hate it, but it's a part of the continuity. There's things that might not make sense, but guess the fuck what? It's a part of the continuity, and I have no say. Another fan has no say. There's a dude on Twitter who went out of his way to take an Oyoku response from an interview out of complete context, and it spread like a wildfire. And so now you have, and you were gonna have fans like this anyways, but now you have a bunch of fucking kids. I'm just gonna call them kids because they're acting childish, that took a sentence and they were like, oh, so because Iyoku-san confirmed that this is a sequel to Boo's defeat, that means it's not connected to Super. Do you know what kind of bullshit that is? Hold on.
Some
like,
people in the comments on Twitter was just outrageous. The fact that they're able to even speak or post is actually mindfuck.
And that logic is so toxic because it's like, so the same can be said about anything. What?
I feel like people that post shit like that are just looking for response.
No. It's not just that. See, there's a difference. See, if I was to make a comment like that, people would know I was fucking trolling. Point blank, because they know I don't play with shit like that. But this dude, I saw in his replies, this dude was replying to anybody that questioned him. That was like, what logic do you have? And he was defending it the whole way. I was like, nope, that's not a good fan. Like that's not a fan with their head on straight. Like they're trying to cope their own headcanon, and that's not what I'm trying to spread on this fucking platform. We're here to enlighten, entertain, and educate, okay? And with those three things, what I'm not gonna do is gaslight motherfuckers either. All right? Perfect example, and I'm glad our boy Chris is in the chat right now, because the living and breathing example, him and I go way back. He is my Dragon Ball superhero, okay? Because he fucking loves superhero. He loves the Dragon Ball heroes, all that shit. To you, it's Mario Party. To me, it's shit that never mattered. But at this point in time, after everything that's happened, after everything that's been playing out, I have no reason to shit on things even like that. The only reason why I never cared is because it doesn't have anything to do with the main storyline. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But now we're in a state of like people don't know what to do with themselves. They're over here like trying to make up their own reasons for why things are, and half of those reasons are fucking atrocious. So if people want to say Daima's not canon, I don't give a fuck. I'm not talking to you, right? Like if people want to say Daima is its own timeline separate from Super, I don't care. Simple. I don't care. Because here's the second thing that I wanted to bring up, outside of the first thing when I said just make it all connect, is if they officially come out and say, okay, yes, everything is separate timelines now.
That you see, until something like that is said, then their takes are retarded.
Right. But here's the thing. That if that was to happen, that would not even be a bad thing. Because guess what? That to me would be a good sign, because I'm forward thinking. I see things differently from a lot of people. I'm looking at it from a fan perspective and a business perspective. I look outside the box and then outside that box, because I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, if they ever really wanted to really take Dragon Ball to the next level, to where it should be, where it should have been, all they have to do is start being more creative and not just going back to the well. Because again, we're still in the nostalgia era. We have not left. Mm-hmm. We're still, they have no, what's the word? They're not confident in leaving Dragon Ball Z. Daima and Super are within Dragon Ball Z. They are not confident in leaving Z behind. You want to know why, I think? Because they're afraid that, oh man, like, are we just gonna keep riding Goku? Are we, you know, like...
Bro, Goku can still be there.
Yes, he can.
He doesn't have to leave. He doesn't have to die.
If you look at Absalon, perfect example. Goku is not even seen until episode 11. And they have the stakes. The stakes. I'm not even gonna tell you what happens because I want you to see it for yourself. But there's stakes. There's drama. There's fights. There's characters that die. Motherfuckers get lit up. There's emotion. Don't worry. You guys will see it on the YouTube channel real quick. Patreon already got it first. And if you were on the stream live, you already saw. There was emotion among the chat, bro. Characters that we were introduced to. Things that happened. Things that took place. Things that took a turn. And it had us in the chat. Why am I tearing? Why am I so sad, bro? Bro, what is this? Bro, I was dead silent. I was affected by a fan-made work that clearly knows how to write something compelling. That's all we want. It's compelling shit. And I think that stepping outside of their boxes and just making it easier on themselves and being like, okay, if they want to tell a certain story, follow a certain lineage, then just say so. And people will eat it up. Just like how comic book fans will eat up whatever the fuck they put out as long as it's compelling. How many versions of Spider-Man are there? How many versions of the X-Men, Superman, Batman? Dude, DC literally just had an event last year that led into all this shit that they're coming out with right now. They had a world-breaking event that basically reset the DC universe. Absolute Superman, absolute Batman, all with different origins. But at the same time, there's other Justice League stories that are just like, you know, the typical shit that you would expect. Like, you know, how they all came up or whatever. But they take the liberties. They take the I honestly want to call them necessary risks, because if you don't do that, then you're just going to stay stale and you're going to have debacles like this constantly over and over and over. And it's like, as a fan of Dragon Ball, I don't want that. I want to have better conversations with chat and being like, yo, this is so thought-provoking. Like, this was next level shit. And I don't need for us to get Super Saiyan 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't need that. I just need a good-ass story. I need some stakes. And if that means they got to go, listen, Daima timeline is going to keep going this way. Super timeline is going to keep going that way. But then if they ever have an event that crosses that shit over, you know how much fucking money? Do you know how much they would make? The fucking fans will go absolutely crazy. That would then start to rival big shit. Like anime films make, good money for what they are. But Dragon Ball will start to creep up into the Marvel side of that shit. I would think so, because that's how much faith I have in the franchise.
You see, them motherfuckers need like a financial analyst or some shit to break down the numbers for them, because they all number. They just number niggas. You know what I mean?
No, explain. I don't understand.
The Japanese, they probably look at everything at a numbers perspective. So in order for them to believe in the shit that we would like as fans, they would need somebody to like break down the numbers.
All right, so I'm gonna answer that, and I am not a Toei affiliate. I don't work for them, but I can tell you what they know. Nothing.
I think you're right.
Okay. You want to know how I know? You want to know how they know they don't know nothing? Because they do nothing. They say nothing. They don't act on anything. They got guys like Akio Iyoku, who's basically the only guy that has been, I guess, on public record, to my knowledge, that has gone out of his way to just simply look at fans, how they respond to things, and then he goes and then he makes the suggestion, and Toriyama, okay, is one dude. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is just sitting there collecting checks, just make whatever they. It's like, to them, it's like, why put in any extra effort if it sells itself? That is the impression I get when it comes to Toei and Shueisha. So hold on, let's see.
I mean, the Japanese have a problem with evolution in itself.
Because they have dinosaurs, and by dinosaurs I mean old motherfuckers.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
that's the main problem.
But not all the companies are like that.
Not all of them, no.
Because some of them are getting better now.
Yeah, but like, I'm just saying, like, from a Dragon Ball perspective,
yeah, they're the worst.
They're stagnant right now.
Very.
So, I don't know how much longer it's gonna take. Whether it's 10, 20, hopefully not that long. Like years, for them to like revamp their staff into like younger folks with broader minds.
Yeah.
Bigger vision and shit like that, to give it more of a chance to develop into new stages that could evolve the franchise and the anime and all of that. Like all the stuff that we want to see.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Who knows, man?
Nakatsuru even mentioned when discussing the idea of going past End of Z that, well, GT already tells that story. And guess what? I said this earlier in the stream, and I'll say it again. People need to start paying more respect to Dragon Ball GT for at least having the fucking Dragon Balls to go past End of Z. And it was ambitious. It was something that not a lot of people were, very well received on. But there were things that they at least did once you start rolling into the story more that people were fucking with. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. Okay, so Joey asked this poll that I'm about to go over the results right here. So he asked which continuity became or which continuity become the main continuity. Interesting. 46% voted for Daima, 38% voted for Super, and then 15% said neither. That's very interesting data just off of our own chat right there. So hold on. Oh, wait, I was trying to get this one. Did I get it? Yeah. So Chronos says, you know why the new Bleach anime slaps so hard? It's being animated and produced by fans. Fans who are working with Kubo and also making suggestions because they are fans. That is actually true. I actually did hear about that. And to not to confuse anybody, but by fans, these are fans that now work as official animators. That, of course, and here's the best part about the Bleach example that I have right now is that Kubo back in the day, I think it was due to illness, he kind of rushed his ending.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah. And so now that the Bleach anime never finished, and of course they have the 1,000-Year Blood War arc and is currently still coming out, Kubo is not only just involved, but he's making adjustments and being like, yeah, this is what I would have wanted to do, and they're adding more shit. And guess what? The Bleach fans are eating. They're eating.
No. Have you seen the latest Solo?
Yes. Oh,
compelling story.
And you liked it? You liked it?
It was good. Like, it wasn't very action packed, but the lore, the reasoning. Sun Jin-woo got his mom back.
Come on, son. Give it up. Give it up for fucking Sun Jin-woo.
Like, that was his whole purpose. Like,
yes.
That was like arc 1 for him.
Yes.
To get his fam back.
Yes.
Like his mom and shit.
Yes.
That is fulfilled now. Now he still wants to get stronger. Like,
yes.
That's his purpose.
Yes.
Secondary purpose.
Yes.
There's just more lore now.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro.
Cooking.
Bro. Look at that. Soul leveling is the new greatness. Soul leveling, cooking. Let me tell you something about some fucking fucks out there. Okay? You know what I saw on Twitter today? That episode was rated one of the worst episodes. And you know what I said to that shit? Fuck all y'all motherfuckers.
Bro, that nigga got a fucking blue eyes white dragon on his squad now, man.
Bro. Let me just be real.
This nigga got instant transmission.
Yo, Sun Jin-woo's on another level. Okay? But people rate that shit the worst episode because of why? Because he fucking fulfilled his duty to his moms?
Bro, like that the emotion was there.
Exactly.
That
bro,
boy.
there wasn't even a guarantee. Remember? He was stressing out.
No, yeah.
He went through, guys, imagine going through
The dark,
all the shit this guy went through.
100 levels.
100, bro. Who's a motherfucker in Tower of God? 100 levels. He's not even up there.
Ooh.
No.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
No, that's just a joke. But anyway, literally, like this guy, he got so strong, and he had one thing in mind, one objective. He wanted to help his dying mother not be sick anymore. And there was no guarantee. This dude defeated enemy after enemy. He would awaken. He's building his fucking army so strong and finally gets his job done. He fulfills that shit. And it was one of the most nice moments, I would say, in recent memory is for anime goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I came out of watching that shit. I was like, damn, that was awesome. That was so cool. And I'm
like, that was a great, like, I would say that's like a cooldown episode. But
yeah,
it was a cooldown with purpose and lore.
You see? And this is the type of dude who's all battle shonen and nothing else.
Listen,
and you heard it from him.
You see, the Soul Leveling knows how to make the episodes, man.
Yeah.
Like, next episode's gonna be action.
Of course.
With the S rank.
Yeah. The 10 of them.
Yes.
Fucked. Come on, man.
From 2 different regions.
Look at Koreans. They know what they're doing with fucking solo leveling.
They doing good, man. They know how to structure. They have structure.
Yeah.
They have structure.
Exactly. And then you got these fucking fuck fans. These stupid kids online that rate episode on Crunchyroll the worst. Go back on fucking TikTok, all you pieces of shit. You got no attention span, no hearts. What do? What happens? Y'all got no emotions. Y'all just stuck on the fucking on Crunchyroll website watching anything. and just hating on some good fucking emotional shit. Come on, son. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That shit pissed me off. I literally retweeted it. What'd I say? I'll read my shit to you guys verbatim.
You see
what the fuck I said.
Man said it perfectly. So 11 last episode is better than. Well, that's not even. Well, he means the last episode, but he said Soul Leveling's latest episode was better than End of Daima, and that is so facts because at least Solo Leveling had a purpose,
had an objective, and completed
it, and now
he's moving on.
Moving on.
It's like, all right, now it's time.
We got our answers.
Done.
You know, they didn't leave us hanging and shit.
Look at this. Episode 9 becomes the first of the season to hit over 1,000 dislikes on Crunchyroll. And then I said, that's actually fucking sad and pathetic. I thought the episode was super heartfelt. I hate people on the internet sometimes, man. Holy shit.
It had 1,000 dislikes?
1,000. Over that.
That's gotta be trolling.
Dude, this is the thing, guys. Enlighten, entertain, educate.
I hope the creators don't even like pay attention to those 1,000 likes.
They better not.
Or some shit, because that shit, the way they're telling the story and they're on pace with the episodes and stuff, or the pace of the anime itself is great.
I'll tell you right now, look, Free said, I almost want to read the manhwa. You know what? Me too. Me fucking too. And guess what? IQ already read that shit.
Yeah.
He been read that shit. He already knows. He already been read that shit. But yeah, anyways, let's get back to this fucking Dragon Ball. I just wanted to bring up that Soul Leveling shit because first of all, it pissed me off. And second of all, it's a good example to set out there. All right. Anyways, Dragon Ball done now. Do Shueisha, they have right to do whatever they want to their Dragon Ball IP brand. Remind me situation, Owl House show creator. She left Disney company. I don't know what exactly you're trying to refer to or tie into this. But I guess, all right, to acknowledge something I do understand from this comment, yeah, I mean, they Shueisha does have the right to do whatever they want with the IP, but doing nothing should actually be a crime at this point, to be honest. Like, I'm being completely real. It's like Dragon Ball is one of the most world-renowned fucking shows. Dude, first of all, here's how you know it's big. Goku has a float during the fucking Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. Luffy just got one, okay? But Goku came first. You know who was before him? Pikachu. Pokemon. Pokemon, of course, is world-renowned. But then Goku got one. Everybody knows what the fuck Dragon Ball is, okay? Not doing anything with that IP should be a crime. And I'm not like, oh, no, they do video. No. We need anime. Anime and manga, at the very fucking least. Yeah. Listen, I'll give Luffy his fucking colors, his flowers too. So, but yeah. Anyways, I'm scrolling through anything that we missed. You know what's funny? I actually forget that Crunchyroll has comments. If you watch it on the app or whatever, or like on the browser, you can literally just Oh, look at this. You got to do Soul Leveling reactions now. Sorry. I don't know. I mean, okay. I guess this is a good transition.
Saturdays.
I know. This is a good transition to talk about this. So, the reality, guys, is that now that Dragon Ball Daima's done, I have a plan on what I'm gonna be doing with my main channel going forward. But because this podcast is primarily ran around Dragon Ball, there's not a whole lot that, unless something else comes out, for us to like come back around. Like, if you guys want us to come back around just to shoot the shit and talk about whatever's currently happening in anime, there needs to be a lot of y'all to let us know that. And the reason why I say this is because there is plenty of examples in the past where we literally did episodes and tried to cover Bleach and like all these other shows, and people didn't really care. So it's like, and as far as like doing a show like Soul Leveling, for example, like you said, it comes out on Saturdays. That is literally one of the worst days for us to even try to do anything respectfully, because you're with your girl and I'm with mine, right?
Don't
So
you work too? Wait.
I work on Sundays.
Yeah, you do work on Sundays.
Yeah, but like, so like that part makes it all the more impossible. And like, and we already know, like, you guys already know how it works. It's like when something comes out, you got to do it right then and there. And then if you do it too late, no, it's like no one's going to fucking watch it. You know, no one really cares.
Unless you're like that established.
Which we are not, unfortunately. Okay, unfortunately. That's the reality.
Yeah.
It's like I would love to be like, oh yeah, like we'll get to it and you know, and we'll do it, but we do unfortunately do not have that luxury. But like I said, what I am doing, and as far as reactions goes, is I am reacting to stuff on my Twitch channel, Uchi Reacts, link in the description. And I will be putting up like some edited versions, but the full versions are going to be on my Patreon page. So, and if you guys, and that's an opportunity for you guys to literally be a part of that. Because after this, I can't get this guy every time. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that we were able to do Daima was a blessing. But this ain't the super days where it's like you were still in school and so was I, pretty much, you know?
Yeah.
Or no, I was graduated, but I had a part-time job. So it was so much easier. And like, you know, times were so different back then. Now it's like we're fucking older, way too much more responsibilities and just more bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Times are different. So in order for the plethora of content that some of y'all might want to see, if you guys really want to see that shit happen, then like we need to see like a crazy amount of support, you know, because like I would love to be the young, naive version of me and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it all. Can't. Can't. You just can't, unfortunately. So yeah, y'all definitely gotta join in on the reaction channel. It was hype, it was lit, it was emotional. The last stream, 4 hours watching Absalon. But so you guys can expect some more Dragon Ball related content, but it's not gonna be, you know, like I do have some discussional piece projects in the work, because now that Daima's done, like I want to really formulate like all of my thoughts into some, like, you know, I'll give you guys some ideas, or not ideas, but I wrote these down. So I'm giving y'all an exclusive so that y'all can start thinking about your answers, because a lot of this content is going to be based around what you guys say as well. It's not just going to be me, Oos. It's going to be some of y'all too. So think of it like this, okay? Here's a few right here. I want you guys to start thinking about the worst things out of Daima. I want you to think about if Daima lived up to the expectation or compared to Super. I want you guys to start thinking about the best things out of Daima. Okay? I want you guys to start thinking about how Daima could possibly connect to Super. And then this is going to be a very interesting video. This will be my first big one that I really do. Because I've talked about this on the podcast, but like once I do it in this format, I feel like it's going to really start reaching a lot more people. Is the Dragon Ball truth. Okay? And that one is probably going to be the most deep out of all of them. So.
Word.
So, okay, here we go, right here. So, oh, wait, what are you guys saying? Super was the reason I found Uchi channel. Yo, shout out. I always show love to those that mention how long they've been around. Because that does mean a lot. I mean, it means a lot if you fucking just found us and you're just like, you know, you're in for the ride right now. You know what I'm saying? But that is awesome. That, you know, and you know, those are reactions. You know, for a lot of you, that's how you guys are here. So big shout outs to you guys for that. Y'all gotta have a seasonal anime tournament. Pick the most interesting shows each season, and each week you drop any series that doesn't live up to expectations. That's actually kind of fire. I like how that sounds. But that would take some time. Like how many shows? Like we'd have to look at a list, right? We'd have to look. Oh, Ant-Man, yo, for the $10 freaking super chat, yo, just appreciate that. Appreciate that, Ant-Man. But yeah, that would be an interesting idea. If you guys are not in my personal Discord, please join. There's a content suggestions channel. Make sure you drop that in there. And just in case you forget, Joey, could you please copy and paste that in there before I forget? Because I'm obviously doing this. But yeah, the Streamlabs shit does not work. I don't know what it was. I modded that fucking shit too. Wait, can you do modding from here? No, you can't. Mod Streamlabs. I want to see if it works from here. I doubt it. Nope, doesn't work. Lol. Anyway. But yeah, there should be a link for the Discord in the description anyway. But yeah, what do you how do you think of that idea? Like, what do you think of that idea? Like, if we were to pick like from a season, like all the anime that come out, and then be like, okay, we're gonna pick like 4, right? And then it's like we watch every one that comes out, episode 1, and then we come back around for like a live like this, and then we discuss each one, how we felt, and which one we're gonna like. That actually would be
how we're ranking it.
Well, not just how we're ranking it, but like, perfect example. Let's say
opportunity.
Okay, no. I'm gonna give you. You guys are gonna enjoy this one, okay? Let's say in the bracket it was Dragon Ball Daima up against Solo Leveling, but
that shit got uppercutted.
But wait, hold on. So then,
Solo was doing the uppercut. Solo Level was doing the uppercut.
He not even let me finish. So Daima just had the last episode happen, and then Solo Leveling had that episode. So by what we're obviously alluding to, Solo Leveling would knock Dragon Ball Daima off that fucking bracket, and we would continue watching Solo Leveling, and Daima would have just been axed.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically, I think, the idea of this anime reactions tournament that we would do.
Like we would react,
so
or like we would just watch it on our own and come to the live.
Yeah, to make it easier for us.
That would probably make it.
Yeah, to make it easier for us, unless you were able to somehow sit in with me when I do it, because when I do I would watch them shits on stream.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would watch them on stream just because because let me tell you something, guys. Streaming, for how my life works right now, is way simpler, way easier. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, join the Discord. If you got any other content recommendations, there's a channel for that. Drop them in there. And then if you want to join the Full Power Podcast Discord, that's a perk that the Patreon already gets. So if you're a thriving Lozaru, make sure you're joining in there. Okay. Let's see. Wait, what? The Super Joint episode, Mega Reaction, was the shit, man. He came in like Jesus, still comes through my mind, and now and then it makes me laugh. So, oh, you're talking about, oh my God, you're talking about when I did the big reaction. I don't remember what number it was, or no, was it? Oh no, it was 110. That was when. Oh yeah, you weren't even there for that. That was when I was in London, and I was reacting. I had like over 10 people in that shit. Mm-hmm. Episode 110. That was the first video that hit 1 million.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And it hit 2 million. And ask me how much money I made off of that. Zero monies. That's what I made.
Odd man
out. Oh shit. With the 5. Appreciate that, brother, man. Here we go. Hold on. Let me get you right here. Boom. Even if I wasn't ready to branch out the first time you guys switched up, I appreciate the push to try new anime. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. So worth it. Hey, man. See, we need more people like Odd Man Out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it you don't understand how meaningful it is to hear feedback from our audience, from our fans, from our gang, to tell us, hey, it doesn't just need to be Dragon Ball, Oos. And that would brighten us. But we have to build towards that. We are Dragon Ball at heart, because that's what we built up on. So until we hit like 100,000 subscribers or some shit, then that's when we can really start to fucking. Well, I'm saying that for like my channel, but like for here, oof, the numbers would have to show, guys, for sure. We would need a lot. So hopefully you guys vibe with our personalities at the very least, because, you know, I'm sure that some of the things that we say, maybe not everyone agrees with fully, but hey, that's what makes a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? So. Oh, hold on. We need to complete the reaction review to the rest of the Bleach that's left. Listen, I'll tell you that right now. That's not happening. Okay? That's not happening, because you and I... Are you even caught up with Bleach?
It's still coming out?
That's my point! Yes, it is.
I low-key forgot.
Yes,
because we were... I mean, shit, between Solo Leveling and Daima, those were the only two I was actually like prioritizing. And then everything else, like in the back of my mind, I didn't know if Bleach was on pause.
Yeah.
So I stopped like looking for episodes. But if there's a couple, I'll binge.
I will. Okay,
I don't
so
even know where I left off though.
I kind of started watching them where whatever the last episode that I had on resume was, but then, dude, we don't have Hulu no more.
I think that's why it got fucked up. It's only on Hulu right now.
It's only on Hulu.
Man,
I'm gonna have to.
we're gonna have to see.
I'm gonna have to go down some back alleyways to to try to get the other episodes that we're missing. But hold on one second. Let me check something. All right. So listen, if you have to go, you can. I'll stay talking to
Yours
them.
done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stay chatting with you guys. This is the last Daima post show. So if we have to bid Brother Ooch adieu, you guys give it up for our boy Brother Ooch. All right. It's late over here, so give it up for the man.
How long you gonna?
I don't know. I'm just gonna keep talking until people stop talking to me, I guess, right? Yeah.
Cap,
So
bro.
it's just me now. Y'all sure you want to do this? Everyone's
y'all.
yeah. Everyone's saying, oh yeah, you can see still. Yeah. So yeah, I figured I didn't announce this earlier. That's on me because I worked all day, but I did want to at least give you guys a longer Daima post show since this is the last one. But I mean, like, if you guys are tired, you want me to go too, I'll go too. And yeah, cause I'm off tomorrow too. But all right. Oh wait, did you here? Do you want any? All right, just bring it upstairs for me then. Just the this one. Yeah. Thank you. Hell no, we chilling? Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're chilling then. All right. So yeah, where do we leave off? So yeah, guys, Daima post show. Like I had mentioned, since this was an episode that was supposed to just be primarily about, like, the idea of that finale just hurting or helping the franchise. But I'm cool with talking about whatever. But if once that part is out the way, if you guys are all Daimed out, it don't matter to me. We can keep talking about Daima. We can talk about whatever the fuck you guys want. To make this, one nice beefed up episode. And you don't work too, bet. There we go. That's what's up. So okay, so Neo got something right here. So, oh my god. So wait a minute. Allspark is, believe it or not, it's almost 5 over here. Damn, that's crazy. Also, Joey, I know it's late. Listen, you've been a great mod. I appreciate you, brother, man. If you need a bow out, just say so, and I got it from here. All right. I'm the nutty one that loves everybody, and I want to just make sure everyone's having a good time and getting their shit answered and their thoughts out there. You know what I'm saying? All right. So here we go. So here's an idea. Toei could introduce a movie that ties in the moral arc, and at the end, it could say Dragon Ball characters will return in an anime series that have to be 25 episodes a season. Yo, that, first of all, dingable. You're gonna hang out until Sarah wakes up and tells me. All right, bet. All right. So that is very Marvel-esque, and I'm totally with that shit. Okay, that goes right in line with how I envision what Dragon Ball's future should look like, where it's so beyond itself. Like having the original be how it's been known to be and how we all love it will always be the concrete origin. Like, I always go back to the example of Spider-Man, right? Like, Peter Parker is the foundation to that character, okay? But as time has passed, Marvel recognized that they needed to come up with newer, fresher ideas. And so that way, the character's essence and everything about him, people would still love. And so that's why I love reading comic books, because you'll get a story, and then, depending on which one you're reading, it can connect to this or that, or they'll just write something completely separate in another Earth, in another universe. You know what I'm saying? I think Dragon Ball has already shown that potential. Like, it's not even just potential, it's just wasted opportunity. I think that would be amazing. And if they really were to start borrowing concepts from the likes of the MCU and injecting that into, the IP itself of Dragon Ball, I think it would be fucking perfect. I think honestly, I think I think it's necessary, if I'm being honest. So thank you for that that really dope comment. I'm sure people would eat that shit the fuck up, man. It really would. Let's see. So what else? I wish I could talk through voice chat to people right now, but it's a little too early. Yeah. I mean, if it's almost 5 for you, then that's OD. You should probably get to sleep. So that way you're not, too crazed. You know what's crazy? Speaking of staying up late, you know what the shit I have to do to make sure all this content goes up properly? Like if I'm doing like pre-recorded stuff. Friday, the finale, and this actually happened to me the week prior for episode 19. So we recorded episode 19's reaction around like 5:45, closer to 6. Got done, came here, recorded the podcast episode, went upstairs, had a quick bite to... Actually, no, I didn't even eat yet. Went up, edited the reaction first, had the reaction exporting. While that was happening, I went to eat. The fucking export failed. Had to redo it. It failed again. Then it finally started fucking working. The clips were good. Had it uploading. While it was uploading, edited the podcast. The podcast failed. I was like, what the fuck is going on with my shit, right? Long story short, got everything up and running, thankfully. Ask me what time I went to bed that day. I'm taking all guesses. Go ahead. I'll start knocking off, I'll start saying who got close. Kronos, Joey, that's cheating. But he got it right. 7 a.m. 7 a.m. I didn't get to bed until 7 a.m. And then I had to wake up at I woke up maybe 4 or 5 hours later because I had to meet up with my fiance. The shit that I'm not even speaking for myself, but the shit that content creators do to make sure that their shit gets out in a timely manner at the best of their ability, bro. Like, you don't know all that. Like, some of the shit that happens behind the scenes is fucking ridiculous. So please tell me I got rest the next day. If you count going to another state, 2 states away, attending a baby shower, and that's kind of it, and then watching Elimination Chamber when we came back, yeah, that's that. I rested. Very hard worker. Hey, man, I appreciate the notice. I appreciate those, and I appreciate you guys. That's why I'm still on here. I see that we have 22 people live right now, and I got nothing else. Fiance's coming in the morning. Bro, I'm chilling. You know? So... But it's all right, though. Because, it's weird. My body is I'm very used to getting 5 hours. For some reason, I always get 5 hours. Oh, wait, hold on. Allspark says, the dedication you guys have to make sure we get to see your reaction and podcast is excellent. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So here's the funny part. The main reason why the reactions would always get out so late is because of the time that we could get around to reacting to them. And that's kind of one of the bigger reasons, I think, why. I mean, the numbers are all there. The numbers do not lie. The last 2 reactions, not counting episode 20, were probably our best ones out of the entire Daima tenure. Episode 20, in comparison, did not do well at all because, let's face it, not a lot of people really liked what happened in 20. And and even funnier part is that we got a lot of comments, you know, going in and expressing how they felt, which is funny to see the poll where it was almost even here, but my comments will tell a different story. Like, a lot of people that left a comment was almost unanimously feeling the same amount of letdown and disappointment and, you know, blue balling, whatever phrase you want to attach. It was like it was completely one-sided. Like, you might have seen maybe 1 or 2 people that tried to defend what the ending was. And in a way, like, I kind of felt like I was being gaslit in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, as a fan, and maybe you guys can relate to this. It's like, I understand how Toriyama writes. And I understand, like, you know, he's gag first and everything else after. And he's a legend. And he will always be a legend, no matter what. And I will always respect him, and I will always acknowledge what he has done for all of us. And even with all of that, it still had me feeling some type of way that I was just like, damn, bro, like, you're really about to do that and let it rock. Like, you know, like I said before, like, I feel like it's really about time and place. I really do feel like everything is time and place. And, like, to do things just for the sake of doing them, or just to, you know, and not even trying to say like he's sticking it to fans, because that's like the first immediate like thought out of like a troll response to have, like, oh, like Toriyama like says like fuck the fans type shit. Like, he's not saying that, but like sometimes I can understand why people may feel like that too. So ultimately, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, I think that there's better ways to capture the essence of Toriyama in a story like Dragon Ball, where you blend some comedy with the action that we all fell in love with. You know what I'm saying? That's really all that's it. Chrono says, play Arceus. Bro, I'm not playing Arceus. You want me to go to sleep. That's what it is. You want me, how rude. You want me to go to sleep, huh? Is that what? Did this, like, hold on. I'm not seeing certain chats. How far behind is this? I don't even, hold on. For some reason, my chat is out of wonk right now. Oh, what just happened? I don't think I can refresh this. Yeah, some of these chats did not go through on my end to highlight them. But you guys, obviously, I can still see chat, but this thing that I have is like weird, I guess. Okay, so would you rather see Toyotaro and Shueisha work together to continue the super anime, or just keep the old heads away from influencing Toyotaro anymore? Okay, so basically, based on what you're saying, it sounds like you're implying that Toyotaro could cook if he didn't have old heads, like, in his ear. I don't know if I'd want Shueisha to honestly be involved anymore than what they've been doing, because, like I said, like earlier, like, they've only shown us examples of them, like, like, they show examples of them not doing anything. So it's just like, I don't know if I don't think I would want them to be working with anybody anymore. To be honest, if it was up to me, I would rather Dragon Ball go into the hands of another company that would actually properly give the fans the content that, you know, that we want. You know what I'm saying? And also, like, I know no one asked this, but I will put it out there, is the idea of like, could Dragon Ball survive without Goku? And what else? There was something else. I had it, and I lost it. Wait, something did this shit turn off? That's probably why. My chat is out of wonk. I don't see chat anymore. Well, at least not on here. For some reason I can't highlight chat right now. But yeah, answer the poll. I'm answering it myself, actually. Ooh, it's mixed. It's mixed. Yeah, I'm trying to see why chat is not working. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. For some reason, I can't do highlighter right now. Do I have to refresh this? Maybe refresh page. Yeah, this shit is like... I closed it. Okay, well, I got one chat to work. That's good. All right, let me see if I can get the other one to work now. Hold on. Nah. That's so weird. But anyways, 80%. Oh, there it goes. It works now. Cool. All right. My bad for the interruption. Oh, we ran out of Q&A that might have fucked it up. Oh, okay, well, it's all good. So look at that. 82% said yes, that you guys do think that Dragon Ball would survive without Goku. I think so too. And just like how Brother Uch was saying earlier, like, I don't think it ever has to do with, like, Goku needing to be, like, eliminated. Like, it's not about him dying or getting killed or any of those things. Yo, Jesus Martinez, yo, they appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, awesome. Ant-Man says, have a time skip where the main teachers are Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin teaching a new generation of Oob, Goten, Trunks, Pan, and maybe Marin. Ant-Man, may I recommend that you check out my stream, because Dragon Ball Absalon may be an answer for you. I'm just going to put it out there. And some of you guys from chat that were there last week could probably attest to that. Guess who won't survive without Goku? Shueisha in Japan. Yeah, that's facts. Okay, so here we go. So Chris right here. I believe Toyo also knows Dragon Ball can survive as well. That's to Dragon Ball AF fan manga. I want to... Okay, Joey, here's a poll idea. Are you aware of Dragon Ball AF? Simple. I'm curious. I want to know who is aware of Dragon Ball AF. Thank you. All right, while that's going, let me read someone else. Absalon does slap, absolutely. All right, go ahead. I participate in our own polls, guys. Just letting you know. I'm one of the yeses. I put myself out there. Oh, okay, here we go. Would y'all ever do One Piece content? You know, it's funny you say that, because I have this reaction channel. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that could be something we watch together. That's a great thought, honestly. And I'm not trying to sound like a dickhead. I'm being actually serious. Like, that is something that we could probably do. So if that is something that you guys want to see, definitely hit that channel up. There's a link in the description. Uchi Reacts on Twitch. Because I will also add to that. is that I respect Oda, and the relationship I have with Oda is actually an interesting one because for such a long fucking time, I used to shit on One Piece because I was a dumb idiot fan of anime and manga back in the day, and I used to look at Luffy and be like, what the fuck? Like, he's just Mr. Fantastic and stretchy. Like, what's so cool? I was a dumbass. I will admit. I was a young fucking idiot. And then I grew up, and then I matured. And then the way of thinking and how I process things changed. And then I looked at One Piece again, and I was like, you know what? I respect the fuck out of Oda and everything that he's done. And I respect him even more because this motherfucker's still going. So shout outs to Oda-san. Okay. So, so did the poll continue? Oh, no, that was a different poll. Okay, that's still going. Okay. The poll is almost done for the AF question, by the way. But yeah, I guess to answer your question, yeah, I would definitely consider doing at least reactions to One Piece, as long as chat would also be interested in doing that as well. Fucking Joey singing the song in the chat. Okay, so the poll results are in. 90% are aware of Dragon Ball AF and 9% are not. The reason why I'm asking is because that's something that I actually am interested in checking out on stream as well. I know we're talking about like stream content, but you know, it's like an important conversation to have because, like, you know, there's 25 of you watching live, and I think it is important to not only just engage with you guys, but to ask real questions, to get some real feedback and see like if that's shit that y'all would even be interested in partaking in. Because there's a difference between being aware of it and actually reading it. And I've never read it. I've only ever known of its existence. I know that Toyotaro did AF and then was hired based on, or, you know, I would imagine based around his work doing Dragon Ball AF. So that's on me. Absalon should be the new main continuity. Shake my head. You're bugging for that. But you know what? Like the idea of doing all of these different timelines, I'm way more open to now after how Daima ended, because it's like I think that would just that ultimately would be the best way to do crowd control, and I feel like that would be a smart way to just allow more creativity. And because, like, imagine if there was a time that we lived in where all of these existing fan-made works exist, and Toei or whoever owns Dragon Ball ran an initiative that they wanted to start including other existing popular fan work and include them into like this multiverse of Dragon Ball. But essentially, the difference now is that they would have the official stamp of approval. Now, that I'm sure would go into some sort of a flux, because I know there would be backlash and fans would be like, well, how could they approve it as official if Toriyama's not even here? He should be the one to approve it, which I would see that argument. But like I've been saying a lot is that, you know, Toriyama was definitely the creator, but ever since post Z, it's been in the hands of a lot of others as well. So it's something to consider. And even though this was something that I know Chrono said like in jest, I would love to see that, because Absalon, you know, while not perfect, it's very entertaining and very good, and it'll get you on an emotional level that you might not even expect. So, yes, right here. After GT ended, AF was the only thing we had, and Absalon. Can't forget that. So wait, Joey, you're saying you'll drive to me to do One Piece reactions? Is that what that is? Right here? Oh, how about Naruto content? You want to see me cry? There's a video out there on my channel. They did an anniversary, I think it was a 20th anniversary Naruto. They did like it was like, I don't even know what to call it. It was like a 20th anniversary video that that Viz released. And when the remake starts, oh, that's right, they are doing a remake. Maybe we'll wait till then. That would probably be smart. But yeah, they did like a special Naruto 20th anniversary, like, you know, celebration video where they reanimated scenes, popular integral scenes from both Naruto and Shippuden into like today's standards, like as if it was to be animated today. And they would play some of the top opening songs underneath those moments. And I did a reaction to that video, not really knowing what to expect, because all I heard was that like, oh yeah, like this is, you know, they just reanimated old scenes, and you know, I just wanted to see like, oh, like what it would look like nowadays. I was not expecting to hear the songs that I grew up listening to while watching that show. And I'll be honest with you guys, if there was any other series that I would base my content around that wasn't Dragon Ball, it would definitely be Naruto. Me and Naruto go way back. That shit is deep. You know what's funny? If you get me talking about Naruto long enough, I will get emotional. It's happened every time. Like, it just happens. So I'm gonna move on before I actually start fucking tearing up. Anyway, the Wit Studio remake of One Piece. Oh, that's what Joey was referring to, I think. Listen, that reaction channel, he reacts to everything from Godzilla to Dragon Ball. Hey, listen, we haven't done Godzilla yet, but if that's something you guys would be interested in doing, I mean, we could. I don't know. Well, I think certain Godzilla, like if you watch old shit, that's acquired taste. But like if you're watching anything that's recent, I'm game. I think that oh yeah, are you kidding me? Anything from 2014 on? Y'all see -1? I'm waiting for freaking +2. You know what I'm saying? Then divided by 3. You know, I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to catch up with some of the comments right here. Okay, wait. This is a new person, I think. Where did it go? Okay. Wait, what the fuck? Bro, okay, when the remake starts, you're gonna come? All right, bet. All right, I'll hold it up. I will hold you to it. We shall see. Where did it go? I saw it from... Damn, it disappeared on me. What the fuck? Some of these comments just go away. I was literally trying to read Blitz's comment. The fuck happened? Anyway. Let's see. So Blitz said, so Goku went to hell, fought demons, turned into a monkey, only to still lose to Base Kaba. Wait, what are you talking about? Base Kaba? He didn't fucking lose to Base Kaba. What? Oh, wait, hold on. So, do you still have that one Boruto episode where Boruto took his dad's jacket when he was a kid and you started? Yes, that's still on my channel. You could go watch that shit right now, just like the Naruto video that I was talking about. I'm sure there's a link in this description to my main YouTube channel where I do my reactions on. Wait a minute, shut the fuck up, Joey. Whenever Godzilla's theme hits, I cry. No, you don't. So you're telling me you cry to dun, dun, dun. Oh man. Okay, are you satisfied with ending of Daima? It's like how he earned Super Saiyan 3. He earned 4, but Goku didn't do it because of the stamina against Buu. It would be a Vegito Super Saiyan equals Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't understand any of that. Like the first part, am I satisfied with the ending of Daima? No. I'm definitely not satisfied with the ending of Daima. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. Remember, Oos, that's the thing I was saying where they were saying he can solo GT. Oh, that bullshit. Yeah, no. Come on, guys. Come on. Okay, so Okay, so Daima is before Super, and then Super, Goku says God is the greatest power he ever had. Also, keep in mind that he said that at a time where they didn't even think of Daima. So, like, trying to make sense of things that clearly don't make sense it doesn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like a pointless conversation because there's a whole debacle right now between, like, people don't want to even accept that Daima is in the main continuity. It's just that they left us with so many unanswered questions that now a lot of fans are going back and looking at things that were said or done or not said or not done in Super and be like, oh, but why not this? Why not that? And the easiest answer is that because we haven't gotten an explanation as to why. So it's like, if anyone wants to try to fill in their own blanks, obviously you're welcome to. But like, my answer or your answer is gonna be as good as the next person, you know. And actually, free right here. That Shueisha doesn't give a fuck about canon. That's the most layman's terms that I can put it. So it's like, I will put it out there like this. If you're someone, and this goes to everybody, if you're someone that has any kind of discrepancy with things that have been retroactively been added to the overall story, just realize this is Dragon Ball we're talking about. There are so many imperfections with it that it would be so foolish of anyone to try and put any sort of brain power to attempt to make it make sense. And this is why I was saying I don't care anymore, because why should I care if the officials don't? You know what I'm saying? Like think about that. Like, there is absolutely no reason why any of us should, because here's the thing. If you do, you're only trying to prove of a couple things. You're either trying to prove that Dragon Balls is ass, and if you have that opinion, that's up to you, right? Everyone has that entitlement. Or you're legitimately trying to make sense of it, or you're trying to at least find something that you might have been missing to then make it connect. Simple. Very simple. Shueisha only cares about the money they're going to make playing on nostalgia. And that's the reason why I feel like they haven't had the guts to go beyond End of Z. I'm starting to come to that conclusion, and that's a recent thing. That's not like, I've already thought a lot of things that I've thought about them for a while now, but that's one of those things that I'm now starting to really come to accepting. The real canon for me is End of Z. And you know what? More power to you. That's fair. That's totally fair. If anyone says that, I ain't got no qualms with you, bro. None. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like that is the purest of Toriyama that you can get if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for anything that Toriyama had direct involvement with that was mostly his doing, then yes. The original 42, I think it was 42 volumes of Dragon Ball and Z combined. And then that's it. You know? And also, I guess I'll put it out there as well. Don't be that guy that's gonna be like, oh, I don't like this, so it's not canon, or I don't like that, so it's not canon. Don't do that. All right? It's either to me, it's like if you enjoy Dragon Ball, just fucking enjoy it. Just watch it, have fun. You know? And if you don't, then watch something else. You know how much fucking anime there is? You know how much anime there is nowadays? Y'all can watch mad shit. Y'all don't need to be fucking stressing over this. Are you kidding me? There's so many other series that are actually well taken care of. Emphasis on the word care. Okay? Like, and that's some real shit. Reaching my limit for this morning. Hey, yo, Allspark. Appreciate you being here, buddy. Thank you again. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Look, hold on. End of Z isn't even canon as Toriyama himself made later stuff like Dragon Ball Minus. That's not up for you to decide, bro. End of Z. See, this is where I have to remind people that in stories, that's where the term plot holes come into play. It's like, the thing is, no one can really argue with me when it comes to stuff like this because, like, I have a clear head and understand how Dragon Ball works. And it's due to the poor mismanagement that we're in the situation. It's not your fault. It ain't my fault. But I'm just here to just be like, yeah, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally what it is, bro. Oh, hey, hold on. My boy Pineapple says something. Hold on. If they wanted a check, all they got to do is make Super Saiyan 5 canon. They do that. I don't give a fuck. And they do not give a fuck, and that's facts. You know, well, in all seriousness, we might see it whenever they decide to get to that point. We might. There's a good chance, and I'm actually glad when I brought it up on Geekdom stream that I didn't get flamed for it because that was something I was cooking up for weeks prior on here. And then I brought that to the table, and surprisingly, his chat and himself were both like, "Oh, like I could see that." And I was like, "Oh, bet. All right, let's do it. Let's fucking do it." Suna says it's all in the hands of Toyotaro. Or Toyo. Yeah, you meant Toyotaro. It's okay. It's all in the hands of Toyotaro. Don't blame Toriyama. He had fun with Daima. He wanted his own Super Saiyan 4, so let it be his Super Saiyan 4, whether it's canon or not. But here's the thing, Sunil. It is canon. It is. And here's another thing I want people to understand. Don't let other fans' opinions confuse you from what is fact and what isn't fact. Because the thing that I notice in the Dragon Ball community being the most stressful fucking shit is all people need to see is a credible source. And that credible source just needs to be any random person on the internet, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter or fucking Facebook. They just have to have a high follower count. And as long as that follower count is high enough, they come off as credible. Okay? The next step is all they have to do is say anything that comes out of their ass. And then the fandom takes care of the rest. Whether it's the misleading continuation of just more shit that gets that's spread, the misinformation that gets spread, and then that's how you have all this discourse around the fandom. It's like it's plain as day. It's like it's literally all it takes. So yeah, don't get it twisted. And here's the other thing I will also add to this. Just because it doesn't make sense does not mean that it isn't or is canon. The way people need to treat Dragon Ball is how the officials treat Dragon Ball. I'm not saying you can't be upset though. Trust me, I don't fucking like what they're doing at all, okay? But understand this. You gotta understand that if they're just making official stuff and they're just trying to drop it in during different points in the main one timeline, that is the meal that we are eating. That is what we are accepting. Now, as fans, we can literally reject it by saying no thanks. Imagine if if all Dragon Ball fans collectively said, "Go fuck yourself," kind of like Cody Rhodes did to The Rock. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if we all said, "No, we're not watching this shit. We're not reading it no more because y'all keep fucking with our intelligence. You guys keep putting the story here and there and everywhere, and like you guys have all of these things that don't get tied up. We have all these questions with no answers." Imagine. And then that's what would light a fire under their asses, and they would lose it, and they would be like, okay, I guess we are forced to actually give a shit. So then, but at that point, that's the only time we'll know. So thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. Ooh, this is a big one. Demon says, this is why Dragon Ball isn't my favorite anymore. Yo, how many of you guys can agree with that? Like, do you guys consider Dragon Ball your favorite? That's a big one, right, Joey? Oof. That's a big one. You don't need a poll. I just want to know. How do you guys do you like think about all the shit that's happened over the last fucking 15 years? Can you honestly say that you would consider Dragon Ball, out of all the current shit, the modern stuff that gets respect and proper quality content, do you consider Dragon Ball even in the conversation? Listen, if you say it is, I respect it. Ain't no problem with that. I'm just genuinely curious. This is not a bait and catch. I'm not trying to fucking flame my chat. I'm trying to have a conversation with you guys. Dragon Ball will always be my favorite, and that's because of Heroes. You know what, Chris? I have a new appreciation for you and our friendship because of how genuine you are towards Heroes, and as a real one myself, I would not allow anybody to fuck with what I love. And so because you continue to stick up for that shit, all it's been doing for me is I've been more interested in Heroes. Everybody give it up for fucking Heroes, guys. Give it up for Heroes, bro. Listen, we're going to be watching that very soon on the stream, okay? I got to see that shit through. Shout out to fucking Heroes. Z is in my top 10, though. That's fair. A lot of us grew up on that shit. Personally, it'd probably be in my top 10, too. Personally. I don't want to hear no Super or Daima. So, hold on. So, Blitz says, I hated the Naruto reanimation. They made Kid Naruto's hair shorter and less fluffy and made Sasuke cry edgy tears of blood when awakening Mangekyo, unlike the OG manga. Wasn't the manga black and white? I thought he did cry blood. I don't remember. It's been years since I read that. But I thought I definitely didn't hate it. I loved it. It looked so good. The reanimated Naruto for that special. Speaking of which, weren't they supposed to I don't know if they're remaking Naruto, but they were supposed to come out with like 4 special Naruto episodes that went like under a rug somewhere, and like I don't know what happened to it. So I hope it actually comes back. Ooh, okay. This one right here. It affected too much of my childhood and saved me from a lot of things from back then, so I will still say it's my favorite, but it's getting stale. That's one of the most realest shits ever. Yep, you know what? And that's the thing. And it's answers like that I actually love reading, because that is only proving to me that Dragon Ball as a whole, because we got to include all of it, has had a profound, distinctive connection with fans. And no matter how messy it gets, we are always going to pay attention to what's going on. Whether that's toxic or not, whether you consider it toxic or not, that's the reality. You know, like a lot of us grew up with that shit. And just like Pineapple said here, it affected too much of my childhood. Saved me from a lot of things. Like, bro, that's the most realest shit ever. Like, you know, there's a lot of people, even just to add to that, there's a lot of people that they look at Dragon Ball Z and that motivated them to start working out and exercising and like taking care of themselves better, because they saw the Saiyans and all the Z warriors training and fighting and just becoming better. And so the reality transfer, the conversion is, yeah, I'm gonna do that too, but in my own way. And honestly, sometimes it doesn't even need to be about the physical part. You know, like you could take a simple concept of how Goku looks at life, or rather how he looks at fighting, how he's always looking at trying to be stronger, and he always looks for a challenge to better himself, to defeat that challenge and come out of it stronger. You can take that and apply it to fucking anything. Dragon Ball is not going anywhere it's not going anywhere because it's ingrained into all of our hearts, and it's permanent. It's not going anywhere. So thank you for sharing that, Pineapple. I appreciate that, bro. That was a great one. Wow. Saint Seiya and Sailor Moon would have been in the States if Dragon Ball was never existed. That's crazy. You know, Saint Seiya, I never seen Saint Seiya. That's Knights of the Zodiac, for those that don't know. Sailor Moon, I've seen random clips, but I've never seen like a full episode from start to finish. I think, how does that theme song go? I forget. It's like, I've heard the song. Something like that. As long as Dragon Ball makes money, they don't care if Dragon Ball didn't do well. Toei would try harder. Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me try to catch up with some of the things you're saying, guys. Are saying now. Vegeta is such a leech. He got Super Saiyan without watching a friend die. Super Saiyan 3 without going to Otherworld. God without ritual, and now wants Super Saiyan 4. Like, get a job, dude, and stop copying Goku. Hold on. I appreciate the humor. That shit. He's a leech. What? So Vegeta's a leech and Trunks is a leech. And Gohan's a leech, I guess, right? And like, you know, like, yeah, he didn't have to die to get Super Saiyan 3. He actually did it while he was alive. And oh, wait. Did he get a win in Super Saiyan 3 over Tamagami 2? And Goku lost both times using Super Saiyan 3 in Dragon Ball Z. If I was saying anything, it seems like Vegeta has put more respect on Super Saiyan 3 than fucking and then Goku. So they don't have the original magic, but we still watch it because we love it, and that is a fact. wait. Pan is a leech too. Why the fuck you flying so early? Yeah, bitch, get on the floor. You should be crawling. What are you doing? I love how wait. Why is this is the new running joke now? Everyone's just a leech off of each other. Goku's the biggest leech. Look at that. Took all his techniques from the masters. Yeah, I get. Yo, hey, by that logic, yeah. Y'all see Dragon Ball where, what was it, Master Roshi, he said it took him like 100 years or however many fucking years, 50 years, I don't remember how many years it was, to master the Kamehameha. And he said, it's going to take you so long, Goku. And then Goku said, Kame. And he did a small word. He did a small version. Shouts to Goku. The biggest leech, apparently. Oh, here we go. Saint Seiya is goated, although I prefer the spin-off, The Lost Canvas, which happens 200 years before it. Never heard of it. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know if that's something anyone would be interested in watching. Because you know what the funny thing is, and this is no disrespect to Saint Seiya, I never see anybody talking about it ever. Like as far as classic animes go, Dragon Ball is always being talked about. Berserk is always being talked about. I would say, well, Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess you could count. That's because it has a card game to keep it up. JoJo's. I'm trying to think of like older Bleach, One Piece, Naruto. Yeah, yeah. Those are a lot of ones that people, people still talking about and stuff. Oh my God, this is the truth right here. Dragon Ball is like a toxic relationship. You want to leave, but you can't leave. You love it too much. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. How can you not work out when watching Vegeta 300 times gravity, killing himself to prove his own worth? And yo, you know what the fuck? Okay, so check this out, Blitz. I have a friend at the gym who, I shit you not, I seen him with his phone, right? Where, like, say he's doing a machine, he'll have his phone like on the floor or whatever in his vision, in his line of sight, and he'll have like random Dragon Ball moments, and it's so funny. But it's like, I'm not making fun of him. Like, I think it's godlike, to be honest. Like, because sometimes we all need whatever is gonna push us, right? And so if a moment out of Dragon Ball helps you get through that set, fucking do it, bro. Pan is the new Goku. Put some respect on Pan. Hey, yeah, let's put some respect on Pan. She's out here. She about to be the first official female Super Saiyan. Watch. Whenever that fucking comes around. Oh, here we go. What would you be doing now if there was no Dragon Ball existed? Feel free for everyone to answer that in the chat. Because that is a great question. What would I be doing if there was no Dragon Ball? I'd probably be doing what I'm doing now, but maybe more focused on Naruto, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. Kronos. Toriyama's a leech, bro. He drew the manga on paper like other mangakas before him, right? Yeah. Oh, hey. So, but Vegeta is the only one actively copying Goku every time our hero has a transformation. So, I think that's like a really weird way to look at it, because as far as we know, Saiyans have a pretty linear, transformation line, if you will. And so if it's always meant to be 1, 2, 3, 4 as is, then I don't think it's necessarily him copying, because if that was the case, then I'm sure someone could argue, oh, then why was his hair not exactly the same either? You know what I'm saying? Like his Super Saiyan 3 hair was unique to him. So I just think that that's a very strange argument to have. It's a waste. I'll just be honest. It's a waste. You better off trying to argue something else, if I'm being honest. But, it's all good. Saint Seiya is Dragon Ball status in Latin America and France. Okay. Cool. Listen to Vegeta explain how he became a Super Saiyan without looking at the screen. It's literally the craziest story ever. Then the meteors started coming down. Yeah, that scene when he said, like, I didn't care about life. I didn't even care if I lived. That shit was so tough. Like, let's clap it over Vegeta. Literally, Vegeta is without a shadow of a doubt, and there's no argument here. He has had the most character development in the entirety of Dragon Ball. Yo, rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh for the 7th time. First of all, shout out to the 25th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. And Chris, I'm not gonna lie to you. That has been something that's been on my mind for quite some time now. I've actually wanted to rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh, but only the first like original Yu-Gi-Oh and GX, and that's it. You know, I'm being honest. I don't really have any I like 5Ds for the theme song. Okay, like that theme. Going fast, make me feel alive. That shit is fire. That song is OD. But anything after that, I don't really care for. But also, GX is getting a remaster anime in the spring, next month, in Japan. So maybe that's something that we could react to on the stream. Link in the description below, guys. Twitch.tv/Uchi Reacts. Follow me. You don't want to miss out on the hype. It's actually a really fun time. Oh, are you... Yo, Sunil with the Tokusatsu question. Are you enjoying Kamen Rider Gav and Super Sentai Gozyuja? Okay. So, Kamen Rider Gav, I have not watched or started. But the latest Super Sentai Gozyuja, I actually watched episode 1 with chat on the stream. And I watched episode 2. So far, I am enjoying it. I know episode 3 just recently came out, so I'll probably end up watching that after this, after we're done here. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing so far out of Gozyuja. I've fallen off the Tokusatsu wagon, hard. I used to keep up with all that shit too. Like, I got into Tokusatsu with Gokaiger back when Gokaiger was first airing, okay? Like in 2011, 2012. And I kept up with that. And then I started watching Kamen Rider alongside it for like I was consistent for a good few years, and then like I started to slowly fall off. And then I think the last Sentai I watched fully was like, oh man, it was Kira Major. They had the fucking hey, yeah, that shit was fire. Anyways, thank you for that question. Didn't expect to talk Toku on a Dragon Ball podcast. Let's see. What do we got? Vegeta mastering Super Saiyan 3 in a living body is actually wild. Ooh, I gotta catch up with these. If feel free, if I miss any of your comments, feel free to just copy paste, because I just want to keep up with what the current ones are. Oh, have I watched any Transformers? When I was a kid, I watched Beast Wars, but I don't remember shit. If I'm being honest, I don't. And I own that shit on box set, DVD, the whole series. I own that shit, and I think I also own the original Transformers, the Japanese version. Never watched it. So, Kira is underrated. Really? Ooh, I strongly advise actually watching 5Ds in sub, though. It's the best Yu-Gi-Oh! And most mature one. From the start, you got torture, discrimination, economic segregation, and our MC is confirmed to be 18. You know, that last part I knew. I actually knew that Yusei was 18. That's the only thing I knew. But that is crazy. I didn't know 5Ds went that serious. Ooh. Interesting. Off topic, but did you pull anything good from the Arceus pack? Bro, I haven't even opened an Arceus pack. Period. I just got Infernape EX from the Palkia pack. So now that I got one, and then funny enough, someone actually traded me a second one. So shout out to whoever that was. And that's the first and only trade I've ever done so far in that game. So now that I got my Infernape, now I'm trying to get Darkrai, which now I need to open Dialga packs. And guess what? I haven't fucking gotten shit. So it's going to be a bit until I start opening motherfucking Arceus packs. Who was my favorite Power Ranger? It's no secret. My favorite Power Ranger is no longer with us. And ever since he left us, the franchise has never felt more dead. Tommy Oliver, a.k.a. Jason David Frank, is my favorite Power Ranger. He still is and will always be the greatest. And I'm not having no argument with that one. There is none. Because inside the show and out, there's no one that has touched that man. So I'm like reading through older stuff right here. Let them war. That when I see, here's a fun fact about me. When I see stuff that I know is silly, I make the choice not to engage. And sometimes not answering is the biggest answer. Do I want popcorn? Sure. Actually, I got my Poggers. Shout out to Poggers real quick. Use my code UchiGang, 10% off. Daredevil. Let's talk about fucking Daredevil. All right. Who's watching Daredevil? Better yet, who wants to react to Daredevil together? Because that may be able to be arranged if the interest is there. Nah, it's a show. It's a new show that's coming out on stream. Yes, I'm. That's what I am suggesting. Demon, you never seen Daredevil? You have no clue about... Oh, man. You know what? That's all good, though. That's all good, though. If you have never seen the Disney Plus shows... Or, I'm sorry. If you haven't seen the original... They were on Netflix first. So, Daredevil had 3 seasons. Daredevil had 3 seasons. Luke Cage had 2. Iron Fist had 2. And Jessica Jones also had 3. Punisher had 2. And Defenders had 1. And all those shows existed among the same... They were all in New York. They're all New York based. And they all existed in the same like universe, which also technically existed in the same setting as the MCU. They hinted and made direct nods to it, but they didn't directly like... I mean, certain characters they didn't mention by name, like Captain America and Hulk. And then it wasn't until recently where Marvel and Disney donned all of those Netflix shows as official shows, a part of the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is awesome. And so this new Daredevil show that's coming out, I think this week actually, or it could be next week, but I'm pretty sure it's this week. That show is a sequel to all that shit that already happened like several years ago. Same actors are coming back, and the reviews for it so far have been better than anything that they have put out in recent memory. And that includes the movies. Okay, now I want you to understand what I'm saying. Remember, last year, what came out? Deadpool and Wolverine. That movie was a highly anticipated movie for 2024. And it did really well. It sold a lot of tickets, made a lot of money, but the reviews of the early screenings that people were seeing of this new Daredevil show was crazier than that. Bro, I can't wait for the new Daredevil show, bro. That's all I got to say. Yeah, Daredevil. Yes, Daredevil is the blind lawyer who, you know, it's oh my god. Anyway. Oh yeah. Oh, have I watched the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man cartoon? Is good. It's fire. The animation, I will say, it takes a little bit to get used to, but I got over it like mad fast because the quality of the story was so good that it didn't even bother me anymore. I was like, bro, this story is actually godlike. They made some pretty cool changes, some interesting changes to certain characters, and I think honestly, like that just played into how good the show is. And that's just like it goes with the example that I was tying it to Dragon Ball. I was like, here's a perfect example where everybody knows Peter Parker, everyone knows Spider-Man, everyone knows his origin, but they gave us a brand new take on a Spider-Man origin with all of these added twists and elements that probably weren't in the original story of Spider-Man. And this version is actually kind of crazy. Like it's very good. Spectacular Spider-Man, I will agree, will always be one of the best, but I still think to this day, nothing beats the original 90s animated series. Like Spectacular comes very close, and I feel like it could have dethroned it had it not got canceled. If it ever got more seasons, then probably, depending on what they did with it, but yeah, nah. Oh, that's a good question. How's Kai doing? I don't even know, to be honest. I tried calling him a few weeks ago. He didn't answer. So that means that he's probably busy with whatever he's got going on. I know the last time we did speak, though, he was in the process of moving into a new apartment, and he had a lot of back and forth drama with like his like landlord and all that shit. So, and he was getting a new job. So yeah, there's a lot of shit, you know, there's a lot of in real life IRL shit that, I mean, obviously, like, that's why he hasn't been around. But, you know, I still consider him a part of the podcast, you know, even though he hasn't been here. Just like I consider IQ Uch a part of it, even though, you know, he's fucking over there at school and everything, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hope he's okay, too. I really do. But I appreciate you asking. I will definitely, you know, hopefully next time I talk to him, I will bring up that you had asked for him. So I appreciate you asking. Thank you so much. Oh, Spider-Man Unlimited. Oh, you know what? It's crazy. I never finished Unlimited as a kid. I remember watching it, but I don't know. I never finished it. Have I watched the Invincible series? I've only seen season 1, bro. I've only seen season 1, and I'm so mad that I have not seen past season 1. It's so good. And I own all the compendium books, too. I got them as a gift for, like, Christmas one time. Yeah. But no, I have not seen that. Hey, if that's something you guys want to react to, I could probably do that shit. Yeah, right? Look, Chronos already on there. He knows. He knows. The Boys is another one. The Boys I've seen more of, though. I think I've seen at least 3 seasons of The Boys. But I have not seen Gen V, and I have not seen season 4. So... Nope. Haven't seen season 4. Man, I wish I could. There's mad shit I gotta catch up with. You know this. It's about to end? Yeah. Oh, man. Neo with the great questions right now. What's your thought on the new Superman movie coming and DC Universe by James Gunn? Wonderful question. Okay, so first, I think the new trailer for the Superman movie looks amazing. And when Man of Steel was coming out, like I was excited to see it just because it was a new superhero movie anyway. And that's usually what I go to the theaters to watch, unless there's like an anime series or like, I don't know, like something that, like, say like my fiance wants to go see something. That's the only time you see me at a movie theater. If it's like something like that's outside of the superhero genre, I'm not going to the theater. Or like I said, unless it's anime. But this, dude, I'm not even the biggest Soup fan. But after that, I'm like, okay, I feel this. And like, I like when something gets you on an emotional level, like when you feel, those are the best pieces of work. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what James Gunn does with the DCU. And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it's gonna be something that they can really build upon. Because I'll say this. You might think I'm crazy, but I really do strongly believe that once the DCU can get their shit together with with their movies, I do believe that at some point in our lifetime, we will see an Avengers versus Justice League movie. Okay? And I'm not capping. I really do believe that. They've crossed over in the comics once before in the early 2000s, late 90s or some shit. I actually own those issues. I think it's like 4 or 5 issues. And now, this year, we're gonna get a new crossover between DC and Marvel. So what the fuck does that tell me? I'm like, oh, I guess I'm onto something. You've been saying that forever, right? Pfft. Oh my God, Kronos. You made the Uchi React suggestions, but what about the Uchi Games backlog list? Remember that one? Listen, that list still exists. It really does. I think the command for it still works, actually. But, oh my God. Okay, you know what the crazy part is, Kronos? When it comes to my fucking backlog, bro, I have come to terms with the idea that I'm not gonna be able to ever truly go through my backlog until I can be a full-time content creator. Because realistically, if I was, then I would be able to structure my life around all those games. But right now, for the foreseeable future, what I can structure is the things that are kind of happening around me and in front of me. And right now, you guys are happening in front of me. And that's why I started this reaction channel, because I have to adapt to my times and my surroundings. The fact that I was able to react with my brother like old times for Dragon Ball Daima was a blessing. And like I said in the video, if you guys watched it, I opened up with thanking him, because a lot of times people might take for granted little things like that, but not me. I love my brother, and I love how we were able to start reactions way back in the Super days and still, even now, do them for a new Dragon Ball series. So that's why I was very thankful and grateful of that, because I know that the older we get, the harder it's gonna be. And so that's why I was like, what's the next best thing? Because honestly, like, reacting to shit by myself is whatever, okay? It's whatever. Like, people will come into my videos and be like, oh, great reaction, like, whatever. And I appreciate that. But to me, that's not good enough. So the next best thing is being able to open up a chat with you guys and to watch shit together. Because that's the next best thing, you know? Like, I'm watching not just by myself anymore. It's with y'all, you know? And that was the idea behind Uchi Reacts. That I officially made a Twitch account for that. And so that way I can also, like, have some sort of reoccurring content that wasn't just Dragon Ball on my main channel. And so that way people could see that, hey, He's reacting with people. He has a chat. He has an audience. Oh, I want to be a part of that. Oh shit, like, you know, they're doing mad shit, and you know that's, you know, and when you have a kid relive the experience, bro. Yeah, yeah. All right, okay, Blitz. I'm gonna say this one time. I know I said you can repeat questions if I miss them, but do not spam shit that has anything to do with Diddy, bro. Like, please stop. Thank you. All right. I'm glad it was simple. But yeah. So yeah, so that's why we made the reaction channel. So that way we could do live streams, live reactions together. I just feel like it would be really cool to do it that way. This is funny. You have a fiance, you spell finance, but that's funny. I know what you meant, but that is funny. Where is small Uchi then? Your guess is as good as mine. Bro, here's a better question. Where's the funds? Cause babies are not cheap. Listen, it costs too much to live as it is. Kidding me? Yeah, Daredevil reaction is definitely something on the list. I definitely need to do that shit. He's gonna be the ultimate warrior. One would hope. One would hope if I'm blessed to get to that point in my life. Yeah, the Absalon stream that we did the other day was actually fire. Like, it was so much fun, dude. Like, I had way more fun than I expected to. And honestly, it's because of you guys. Like obviously, we're watching something that was so good, but, like, it was the reactions that chat was having with me. Like, literally everyone was bugging out. Like, we had people that were falling asleep telling me that, yo, you got to put the next episode on. I'm locked in. And people saying, like, I'm about to call out of work tomorrow. Like, dude, it was so much fun. It was so good. Ooh, I'm pumped for the new Spider-Man. They need to add Black Cat in the movie. You know, you ain't lying. Felicia Hardy is one of my favorite Spider-Man characters. She's godlike. One of my favorites, easily. You know what? Anytime I see a variant cover that she's on, I try to get it. She's like one of my favorites. You just reminded me when they made a song called Uchi Gang. You talking about the, oh yeah, I made that music video forever ago. You know what's crazy? The fucking the record label that made the original Gucci Gang, they tried to claim my song because, like, I used a parody instrumental to do the lyrics. I'm like, bro, but it's not even, what? It's not the same. We are back again once again. How y'all doing today, man? I like recording reactions. See me on stream playing Pokken. 1 million views. Yeah, I remember. Filming that shit was fun. We did it in like a game store and everything. And at a tournament I was at that weekend. Oh, was there any news on the Miles Morales movie? Oh my God, dude. I heard terrible news about that shit. I heard that shit got pushed back even further. And I'm not even talking about even further beyond. Like, no. Like, even further beyond, that's the Goku shit. That's what we want to hear. But no, they're pushing it further, man. And that's terrible. Oh. Dude. And that's so, oh, no. No, I don't want it to be that far off, bro. I don't want it to be all that far off. Poking with Roxo will win. That would be a fun stream. He would just be whipping me the whole time, though. But yeah, it'd be fun. Anything with Roxo, I would love to do, bro. Bro, you want to know what the funny part about this is, Pineapple? Originally, that movie was supposed to come, like, okay, Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse originally was one film. And then they realized, oh shit, this is a big enough story to make into two separate films. And then originally, I guess the plan was that they wanted to release Beyond the Spider-Verse the following year. So we were supposed to have that shit last year. And it didn't happen. And here we are in 2025, and it's still not happening. And yeah. Bro, Across the Spider-Verse, I shit you not, guys, is the only movie I have seen 4 times in theaters. I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, I think 2 to 3 times. I saw Endgame 3 times. I saw Across the Spider-Verse 4 fucking times. Beyond got a rewrite. Okay, then that, you know what that tells me? That means that they're probably trying to work in whatever is going to end up happening with the Incursion and Secret Wars. That's the only thing I could think of. Because why, unless it was going to come out prior, but yeah, you know what? Oh man, I guess it does make sense that they would push it because they've already established that Across the Spider-Verse, well, no, not even just Across. They have established that the Spider-Verse intertwines with the MCU. There's so many direct references to the MCU events that it's just like, oh, okay, well, so because of that, I guess you could say they wrote themselves into that kind of a corner because now they have to basically appease to whatever MCU is doing first. And so since they're the ones that are having this big climactic blockbuster of a multiversal collision, they're probably not trying to, like, you know, do the same thing, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably why. What's your favorite track on the playlist? Like this playlist? What are you talking about? Oh, on the Spider-Verse playlist? Oh. I think it's Self-Love, if I'm being honest. That shit. Oh, that shit. No. That song is too good, bro. It's between that one and Spider. The one with I think, what was it, Quavo? I think is on there. Life's so dangerous. Yeah, I was made for this. That one. Yeah. The amount of times I listened to that album from start to finish, fucking excessive, bro. Oh, Danger? That's a good one, yeah. Calling, yeah, I like Calling too. Fucking that shit crazy. Oof. I saw the Craven movie last year. It was bad. I don't know why Sony is trying to make Spider villains to heroes, right? Right? Wondering the same thing. If you guys check out if you guys check me out over on Incredibly, me and House Top, we run a superhero channel. Well, it's a channel that focuses a lot on superhero content. We're trying to broaden out to other stuff like anime and stuff too, and video games, but primarily right now it's very based on superheroes. So we did a full-on review about Craven where Joey actually came out to my theater to watch it with me. Man, we knew going in that it was not going to be like the greatest thing, but it's just like when you watch it, it's like, dude, Sony is so desperate to make a superhero movie that they are using villains in Spider-Man's universe in trying to do so, and it's not fucking working. Like, the only thing that they were good on doing was the Venom films, and that's it. Like, and the crazy thing is, like, that Kraven did not even feel or seem like Kraven the Hunter. Like, his dad felt more like the actual Kraven. Know what I'm saying? Okay, Joey's still here. Okay, good. Yeah, plug us, Joey. Subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe to our TikTok. Out here, Incredibly. We got daily content all the time. Shout outs to House. Fucking right here. lurking. It's all good. That's your daily dose, yo. Shout outs. Yo, I be getting alerts all the time. New follower, new follower. I'm like, damn. Hey, don't tell Sarah that. I'm trolling. Fucking Android 21. Well, let's see. All right. I gave y'all almost 3 hours on this episode, which I'm very happy about. And I'm just wondering, because I'm not tired and I don't need to go to sleep right now. Do you guys want to go over to Uchi Games and like we could keep talking while I like play some games or some shit? Like I could play Pokemon. I'm not playing Arceus. He wants me to play Arceus so I can fall asleep on stream. Stop. Yeah, if you guys, yeah. Nah. No reactions tonight. Because we'll be up until like a fucking 6 in the morning. No, can't do that. I can't do that. No, not today. You got until 2 a.m.? All right, bet. All right. So, guys, at this point in time, I do want to thank y'all for attending the last episode of the Daima Post Show. This was a big one. Talked a lot about Dragon Ball, talked a lot about a lot of other things. I really do appreciate you guys. Really do not know how much it means to me when I have consistent conversations with we just vibing, you know? And so with all that being said, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I guess now's a good time. Doing live streams on this channel is going to be what happens going forward. Doing edited episodes weekly is it takes a toll, right, on me, obviously, and in my life. And because like I'm now trying to focus on the reaction content again with the Twitch stream and my main channel, and then obviously my gaming channel. I have to. I've already reassessed everything, and I'm not saying that the Full Power Podcast is dead, but what I am saying is that the structure in how we go forward is what's changed. So the idea of doing like that anime tournament thing where like me and Brandon decide like what shows we're gonna watch, and then like we come back around and like discuss them with you guys and all that, like that'd be really fun. That's stuff that we could do, but it may not be weekly, and that's also just due to the fact that I got a lot of things going on. So, but yes, I do appreciate that, and you guys do mean the world. And like I've been at this for over 10 years. I really want to be a full-time content creator and be able to literally do all of this shit and then some. I have a very creative mind. I have a lot of things up here that I want to execute at some point, and bring to life. But I can only I'm taking the adult realistic approach now because I have no choice, and there's only but so many things I can do at a time. So this is the plan, and I really do appreciate everything that's going on, and that all the support that you guys have been giving us. Yeah, man, the grind to full time. So. Oh, Sparking Zero? It doesn't matter. Sparking Zero or freaking Pokemon. Whatever's easier. I don't know. Maybe Pokemon. That's probably easier to keep talking anyway. But yeah. But yes, thank you guys. I really do. It does mean a lot. I appreciate you. And make sure you guys checking out the links. All the links in the description. Like, really, check out Poggers. They're the affiliate sponsor of me. I bring it onto the podcast, to the podcast. I bring it onto my own personal channels because I really do be drinking this shit like every day. Like it's actually good. Like small company. They're like brand new, I guess. Like they started not that long ago, and yeah, using my code it helps out. So But yes, check me out over on Uchi Games. Once I end this stream, it'll probably take me like 5-ish minutes to start the stream upstairs. And yeah, we'll just keep vibing. So thank you again. I really do appreciate you guys being here for the last Daima Post show. And then we'll see what happens for the future for the podcast. So keep it locked, loaded right here. I'll see you guys very soon. And take care of yourselves as always. May the power protect you. And I'll see y'all on Uchi Games.
Peace.
Uh.